Sis, a long time no see. Janet, it's been a while. How have you been?
I'm fine.
I have something more important to report to you. How is Bob, your husband, doing these days?
Bob, well, he's the same as usual. What about him?
Sis, I'm sorry. I'm his lover. We are in love with each other.
Huh? What are you talking about? Bob and I are married. You're his sister-in-law. You can't be his girlfriend, can you? If you really are in a relationship, I think you'd call it an affair. I'd call it an affair.
Huh? I'm the cheating partner. That's impossible. His true love is me. You're just his wife and he doesn't love you at all. I'm his true love, not a flirt.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to get into it, so let's just say you're his true love. What do you, his true love, have to report to me?
Of course I have something to tell you. I contacted you because I have a favor to ask. I'll get straight to the point. I want you to leave him. I mean, get a divorce. Because of you, we are both in trouble.
Huh? What did I do? You're the one who stole from me without permission, aren't you? I don't deserve to be called a nuisance.
It's because an old, ugly woman like you is clinging to him forever. We want to get married, but we can't. Don't get in the way of us loving each other.
You're going to be an old lady sooner or later. You shouldn't talk like that.
You're so annoying with your old lady sermons. Besides, I'm pregnant now. It's his baby.
Is it true?
There's no way I would lie about something like this. I'm 8 months pregnant right now. If you don't divorce him soon, this baby will be a fatherless child. The child is innocent. Don't you feel sorry for the baby? Besides, he is a company president, rich, and lives in a big mansion. A young, beautiful, fashionable girl like me would be perfect for him. If there was an old lady like you beside him, he will be unhappy. Sis, you should quickly let him go.
I understand what you mean, Ellen. You're right. The child is innocent. I'll talk it over with him right away, so can you give me a minute?
Okay. In exchange, you'll definitely divorce him. I'll only wait a little bit.
Have you contacted Ellen lately?
Huh? I haven't.
She just dropped me a message. It's useless to berate me. She told me. She says she's pregnant with your child.
Why did you... I told her I'd tell you. Why would she tell you?
How would I know about that? I'm the one who wants to hear it. You know how old she is?
Oh, well, I think she's 25.
She is 24. Bob, you're 45. She wasn't even born when you became an adult. How could you have an affair with a girl the same age as your child? How can you do that? You must be sick. You can't live without cheating, can you? And I can't believe you would even go out with my sister. Have you forgotten that the last time you cheated on me, you said it would never happen again?
No, that's what I remember, but it was just an impulse. Maybe I'm really sick.
Do you think you're kidding me? I said I'd divorce you if you did it again.
It was my fault. I won't cheat on you ever. Please don't just divorce me.
You're right. You're the CEO of a company. If it gets out that you, the CEO of a company, had gone out with a girl over 20 years younger than you and she is a sister-in-law and that you got divorced, your credibility would be ruined. You would lose all your business partners. Especially the chairman of the biggest client doesn't like that kind of dishonesty. He never forgives anyone who cheats or betrays others. He can never forgive them and he doesn't want to see them again. If he finds out, it could be the end of your company, right?
You're right. So please, don't divorce me.
Huh? Then what about Ellen? She's 8 months pregnant, so she has to have the baby, right?
I'll take care of that.
What do you mean? Maybe you'll just recognize her and give her child support?
Isn't that the only way?
You scumbag. She is my sister. Either way, you're being disloyal. I'm sure the chairman will abandon you. I'm so tired of this. She's pregnant, so you should take responsibility. Why don't you take responsibility and marry Ellen? Don't worry, I'll agree to the divorce.
What? No. Divorce is not good for me.
Why? If it's an amicable divorce, you won't be bothered, will you?
What?
As long as it doesn't get out that you cheated on me, right? I'll give you a good reason and pretend it's an amicable divorce. So why don't you get married before the baby is born? No alimony. No property division in exchange. And if you do me one more favor, that's it. What do you think? Don't you think that's a good deal?
What? Really? You'll divorce me on those terms? You don't have the advantage.
There's the benefit of getting rid of the cheating husband. How many times have you done this? I'm sick of hearing from the mistresses. Our kids are grown. They've grown up and living their own lives. It's time for us to break up. Let's just take what we have on our own and call it a day.
Are you serious? Are you sure? No, wait. What the hell is this do me one more favor thing? You're not a bad guy, are you?
No, not at all. Just don't contact the person you're cheating on me with until my divorce is final.
What? That's it? That's all it takes to get a divorce?
Yes. If you want to hide the affair, you should leave as little evidence as possible. After the divorce, you can do whatever you want. So, what are you going to do? Are you getting a divorce or not?
I'm getting a divorce. I'm getting a divorce. I'll divorce you if I can hide the affair. Thank you for everything. I'm sorry I've been so selfish. I'm really grateful to you, Janet. Let's both move on with our new lives and be happy.
Okay. On your way home, go to the city office and get the divorce papers and write them down. I'll write the rest and send them to you.
Okay, I'll do it. Thank you.
I need to check something.
It's sooner than I thought. I can't believe you acted so quickly, big sister. You're so understanding and really helpful. You contacted me right away, which means you're divorcing him, right? So, when are you getting a divorce?
Before that, let me ask you something. Ellen, do you know that you committed adultery?
What are you trying to say?
It means that you made a move on a man who has a wife.
I know that, but I don't think it was my fault. The man I fell in love with happened to be married to someone else. That can't be helped, can it?
You're thinking very selfishly, aren't you? Maybe that's what you want to think. Legally, you're not allowed to take away someone who's married. My husband and you cheated on me, and that's why I'm divorced. I need you to clean up your mess.
Settlement? Does that mean I have to pay?
You're more perceptive than I thought. Do you know what alimony is? That's what I want you to pay.
I understand.
You're so understanding.
How about $50,000?
$50,000? That's a big number.
I don't know what the going rate is, but... Well, I can afford $50,000 and I'm sure you would agree. Your husband, who is a rich CEO, left you. I'll pay you $50,000 and you'll spend your old age miserably. I'll pay you $50,000. You can get divorced as soon as possible.
You're not only understanding, but also generous. That's a big help to me. Are you sure you're okay with paying $50,000?
It's no problem at all. He is the president. He can afford it, can't he? I'll pay it with the power of love between us.
Oh, I see. Well, since you offered it to me, I'll take it without hesitation. Of course, you'll pay me in one lump sum, right? If we split it up, you'll be stuck with me for years, right? You don't want that, do you?
Of course I don't want that. If you get divorced, don't ever show your face in front of him again.
Then it's decided. Alimony must be paid in one lump sum. I'll send you a settlement agreement stating that. Can you just sign it and send it back to me? Then I'll divorce him right away.
Okay. I'll write it and send it to you the same day I get it. So get divorced as soon as possible, sis.
Okay. Well, I got the settlement papers today. So as promised, I filed for divorce right away. Now we're strangers.
Yay! Thanks, sis. Then we can get married, right? Thank you so much for letting go of the rich CEO. You're too understanding, sis. I don't know if I should say this, but you're too good-natured for your own good, aren't you?
Do what you want with the rest.
Thanks. Because of me, you're going to have a hard life. I'm sorry for that. You've gone from being the company president's wife to an old lady. I hope you'll spend your alimony money well for your old age.
Oh yeah, speaking of alimony, I've been wondering if I could ask you a question.
Oh, you have a question? I can't help it. Okay. You're just a sad old lady who was left by a rich husband. I'll answer any questions you have.
Okay, thank you. Let me ask you something. How are you going to pay the $50,000 alimony? You said you and Bob would pay it with the power of love. He doesn't have any money.
Again? Bob is a company president, you know. You're kidding.
It's not just money. He doesn't even have anything that could be converted into money. He's broke. With all due respect, I don't think you have any money either. I was just wondering how you could plan on paying for it.
Huh? I know you're shocked that Bob left you. You're not making any sense. I can tell right away that you are lying. Even if it's true that he doesn't have any money, he has such a big house and a luxury car. If the need arises, he can sell them and get a lot of money out of them.
The car and the house are mine, in my name. They're not his. That's why he can't sell them.
Huh?
This is the 5th he's cheated on me. I tried to divorce him each time. He cries, he apologizes, he clings to me. Then he shouldn't have cheated on me. He is sick. Every time he cheats on me, he gives me his property.
What? What do you mean he cheated on me 5 times?
What? You didn't know? Well, there's no way he'd tell you something so inconvenient. He's had a lot of flings in his life. Like you, they contacted me and asked me to divorce him.
Huh? You're kidding. He said I'm the one.
But they weren't as serious as you. The second cheating woman gave up when I asked her to pay alimony. The third cheater realized he had no money. She left on her own. I said to the 4th cheater, "You're still young. You don't want to ruin your life with an old man who doesn't have anything." She woke up and told me she was sorry and that she was leaving him. It's natural to think that it's not worth it to have an old man who's lost everything. Right?
Wait a minute. What do you mean he has no money? I haven't heard anything about it.
So he's cheated on me 4 times now. He gave me all of his money as alimony for cheating on me. The first time it was all his savings from when he was single. The second time he sold his watches, jewelry, and other precious metals. With the third, he gave me his car and his savings after we got married. For the 4th, he changed the house in my name. Of course, he took care of the mortgage. If he divorces me, he would have nothing left. His monthly income, the house, and the car loan. He's a vain and spendthrift person. He has no savings.
What? Huh? You're kidding.
Nope. It's true. I got his savings after marriage when he had his 3rd affair. He always tried to spend all the money he earned. I managed his paycheck and built up our savings. After I got that as alimony, I didn't do it. He doesn't even know what a savings account is. Even the savings from his single days he gave me from the 1st affair was tiny.
Huh? Why didn't you tell me that he didn't have any money like you did before?
We are sisters. I'm tired of it too. You said you wanted to marry him so badly. I decided to divorce him, that's all. I'm also angry at you for trying to steal your sister's husband.
Then how am I supposed to pay $50,000 in alimony? I thought he would pay it for me.
That's why I'm asking you that. You promised me a lump sum. I won't accept installments or anything like that now. You have to pay it in one lump sum, even if you have to borrow money. By the time your kid is in middle school, he'll be retired. By the time your child reaches adulthood, he'll be nearly 70 years old. You're buying an old man in exchange for $50,000.
Impossible! 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 I don't want him. I'll return him to you.
He's non-returnable. I don't care if you guys get married or split up, as long as you wire me the alimony in one lump sum.
Oh no.
And then I'll be waiting for the payment. I'm cutting ties with you now, so I'll block your WhatsApp too.
Sis, wait a minute.
Janet? Ellen got really mad and called me. What did you say to her? She even said she can't marry me after all. What the hell is going on?
I only asked for alimony. I told her that since she stole you from me, she should pay me the alimony. She offered me $50,000 for the P.
What? $50,000? There's no way she has that kind of money.
She was going to make you pay it.
Huh? Me?
So I told her you have no house, no car, no savings. That's all.
Huh? You're right, I don't have any money, but the house and the car are mine.
Huh? Perhaps you forgot. You gave them to me as compensation for cheating on me. I changed the name of the car and the house. I let you use the car and you still live in the house. Did you think they were yours?
Oh.
You're such an idiot. All you think about is having an affair, right? I'll tell you why I divorced you without any property division and without any alimony. Because I have nothing more to squeeze out of you. I'd lose money if I got a share of my property.
No, wait. Wait a minute, Janet. Let's talk about it again. Let's do it right.
There's nothing to talk about. We're divorced. We're strangers. And Ellen asked me not to see you again after the divorce. You're going to marry her, right? Why don't you think of a way to make her happy without money?
No, seriously, wait. There's no way she'll pay $50,000 in alimony.
She says she'll pay it. She also decided the amount. So don't ask me.
Why? Why did this happen?
She promised to pay the alimony in one lump sum. I'll ask for it as soon as possible.
Oh no.
I'm moving out soon. My daughter and her husband in LA want me to come live with them. So I'm selling my house, my car, everything. I'm moving to LA.
What? LA? When did my daughter get married? She's in LA now?
Oh, you have no idea. When your own daughter was studying in LA, you enjoyed having an affair with the first one. She found out about the affair. She didn't want you at her wedding, so she didn't invite you. Even now she says, I cut off my relationship with you. By the way, my son is also married and just recently had a baby. Did you know that?
Oh my god.
You got what you deserved. Well, good luck with raising a baby. Okay, bye. Bob called me and texted me several times. I blocked him and refused to receive any calls because I didn't want him to come to my house. I sold my house and decided to stay in a hotel until I left for LA. I sold the house and the car for a very good amount of money. I enjoyed a luxurious hotel life. Bob and Ellen had a big dispute about alimony. He told her to take care of the $50,000 alimony by herself. Ellen was furious and stormed into the company and revealed all about the affair. The biggest client gave up on him. The employees began to look at him with disdain. It seems that it was no longer a matter of alimony. I'm sure everyone around him was very upset because he had an affair with his sister-in-law. How will this settle things now that they are going to have a baby? I don't know, since they are no longer related to me. I moved to LA without any troubles. Thanks to my daughter and her husband, every day is fresh and fun. I still have a lot of money to spare. I'm just going to chill for a while.
Hey, do you have a sec? There's something that I need to tell you.
You have something to say? Over text? Why don't you just come here and say it to me in person? I mean, we share the same house after all. It's better to talk eye to eye, don't you think?
Well, maybe you should reflect on why I don't want to talk to you in person. Honestly, just the mere glimpse of your face and the slightest noise of your voice makes me nauseous, I swear.
Sweetie, there's really no need to use such awful language with me. I was just making a suggestion.
Don't call me sweetie, and stop pretending to be my mom. You'll never replace her. Got it? You may have been married to my dad, but you will never be my mother. Never. So, stop bossing me around. I hate it when you act like that.
I see what you mean, and I am sorry if I overstepped a boundary somewhere. I don't mean to do that, but I really don't see why something as small as this needs to turn into such a huge fight. I mean, I've been married to your father for 10 years now. We've lived together a whole decade. I thought we would have gotten along better by now. Especially now more than ever since your poor father passed away. It's just the two of us. So we'll have to learn to get along better.
What? No way am I staying with you any longer than necessary. I want you out of the house as soon as possible. Do you get me?
Excuse me? I'm sorry, but you want me to leave the house?
Yeah, duh. That's what I just said. That is what this whole conversation is about. Actually, this is something that has been on my mind since Dad's funeral the other day. Now that he's gone, you're not his wife anymore. And there's nothing else tying us together as a family anymore either. You're nothing to either him or me now. Do you get it? And because of that, you don't belong in this house anymore. That's why I need you out of here as soon as possible.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry, but I don't think that I'm following here. Where is all this coming from all of a sudden?
Didn't you read what I just wrote? This isn't out of the blue, okay? Ugh, you never hear me out. I never liked having you around, and I never approved of you and my dad getting hitched. I've always been trying to think of ways to get you out of this house, and now I have the perfect reason. I only have one mom. You just barge into our lives pretending to be someone you're not. Do you really think I could ever stand someone I felt that way about? Do you even think I would desire something like that? That is why I'm seizing this opportunity to boot you out, so I never have to put up with you in my life, ever again.
But, okay, look, Gabriella, I've known since before we got married that you never liked me, maybe even hated me. But I pretended not to see it, but to try and force me out of the home where I'd been living the past 10 years of my life so soon after the funeral.
That's correct. And since Dad's gone, there's no one left to defend you. No one else welcomed you into our home, which is full of memories of my family, my true mom and dad. And just let you ruin it all. Besides, this house was my dad's, which means it's mine now, and I can do whatever I please with it. So, hurry up and leave already.
But Gabriella, if I leave now, you'll be all by yourself in this big place. Have you ever lived on your own before? Do you even know how to take care of yourself?
Of course I can look after myself. I'm going to be 18 soon, which would make me legally an adult. It's no big deal for me living alone. Do you think I'm too frail or dumb to be able to do it? Or are you just mocking me now?
No, Gabriella, of course I'm not trying to belittle you in any way. I would never do that. I'm just concerned about you is all. Cleaning and cooking are one thing, but how will you get the money to pay for everything that comes with living alone?
Shut up and get off my back. I thought I told you that you're not my mom and you shouldn't pretend to be.
But you're going to be in college soon. I'm just wondering from where you're going to find the money you need to survive. I mean, Even what you inherited from your dad won't last forever, you know.
Well, who asked you to worry about me anyways, huh? I certainly don't remember ever asking for your input. As for money, I'll think of something and make my own way in life. I really don't think it'll be as simple to do as you think. How many times do I have to tell you, just mind your own business? This is why I hate talking to you. Just leave me alone already, okay? Why don't you go pack your stuff and leave, like I told you?
Well, I guess if that's really how you feel about everything, then I really have no choice but to go. But can you at least give me some more time to prepare my things? I understand that you want me out as soon as possible, but even so, it's not that simple. And I have lots of things I need to get done before I can make it happen. I haven't even gone through all your dad's things to sort through them.
No, I won't be letting you do that. Who knows what you might try to steal if I let you go through all my dad's stuff? And besides, if I let you stay any longer, you'll just find some reason to extend your stay and so on, and nothing will change. Did you really think I'd let you get away with that? Now, I want you out of the house by the time we finish with the funeral process. I'm his daughter, which means that I get to choose who lives in his house after he's gone. And I've decided the one person the Collins house definitely doesn't need is you. So, if you really understand where I'm coming from, you just shut up, pack your things, and leave.
I understand. I guess I just never realized how strongly you felt about living together with me. I'll leave the house. I promise. And I promise that I'll never come back once I'm gone. But I just want to let you know that things might get really tough for you once I'm gone. You're not going to regret this, are you?
Me? Regret kicking you out? As if. It'll be more like a dream come true than anything.
Hey, Gabriella. I just wanted to text you and let you know that I've finished moving all my stuff out of the house. I also wanted to take a moment to thank you for everything, even though we didn't always see eye to eye.
And who gave you the green light to text me? Did I ever ask about your moving progress? Did I mention needing a report from you? Frankly, if you're not going to respect my wish to cut ties, I'll just go ahead and block you.
No, you're right. I'm sorry for reaching out like this. You won't hear from me again after this, I promise. But there's one last thing about the house's rent. I know it's been a tough month, so you won't have to pay this time. However, starting next month, I'll need to collect rent from you.
Rent? For what exactly? The house? What on earth are you talking about?
Well, yes, I'm talking about the house, actually. Because we've been living together as a family this whole time, it wasn't necessary. But since you don't want anything to do with me as your family anymore, that just makes me your landlord now.
Have you completely lost your mind? Why would I pay you rent to stay in my dad's house?
Why, you ask? Well, because the house is actually under my ownership.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? I don't understand.
What? Ugh, Gabriella, had you not heard about that? Yes, I hold the deed to the house where we all used to live.
What? That's not true. You're just making this up. I've lived here even before you and my dad got married. This house belongs to my family. You don't have any ownership.
Actually, yes. Your dad did possess the house's title, but I bought it from him around 6 or 7 years ago, I believe. Back when your grandma fell victim to those telephone scammers and lost a lot of money. You might have been too young to recall, but it was a devastating situation. That's when I offered to help pay off all her debts. Your dad was incredibly grateful and gave me the house in return.
And just where did you come into so much money, huh? I've never once seen you go to work in the whole time that I've known you. You're just a housewife.
A housewife? Oh, Gabriella, that is just not true. I run my own company. Did you really not know about that at all?
You do what? Since when?
We manage everything online. All our staff work remotely, and we don't even maintain an office. We could all commute if we wanted to. I suppose it's hard to realize since I spent so much time at home. But a lot of that time, I'm essentially working as company president.
I can't believe this. You keep lying to me.
Gabriella, it's not a lie. I swear it. That's how I was able to help out your grandma after she was scammed.
So you're telling me the truth?
Absolutely. I wouldn't lie to you. Do you totally believe me when I say the house is mine? Anyway, the rent for next month is $2,000, okay?
$2,000? There's no way I can afford to pay that.
Well, you can't reside in a place without owning it and not expect to pay rent. Besides, I recall you mentioning something about becoming an independent adult who can fend for herself.
Well, yeah, I said that, but I had no idea about all this until now.
What did you think would happen? Were you planning to squeeze the money out of me whenever you needed it? Hoping I'd foot the bill while you flaunted your house? An independent adult would never do that, right?
Of course, I wasn't planning on using you for money. It's just that $2,000 is a huge amount all at once.
I understand, but in the end, I'm the property owner. So if you're pushing me away to live on your own, you'll have to pay the rent to your landlord, which is me.
Hold on. Can't we find a way to discuss this? How about a compromise?
I won't charge you for rent for the first 3 months. But if you don't show any progress by then, I'll have to evict you anyway. I'm swamped right now, so let's continue this conversation later. I'll send you all the rental paperwork this week. Keep an eye on your mailbox. Take care.
Wait, don't hang up. We're not done talking yet. Lainey, are you there? I have something I need to talk to you about.
Oh, Gabriella. Sure, what can I do for you?
Well, the thing is, I guess what I wanted to ask is, I'm just wondering if you've forgiven me yet.
Forgiven you for what? What are you talking about?
Well, it's just that I guess earlier I might have possibly lost my temper a bit and, well, anyways, I've calmed down a bit now and realized that I might have made a little mistake.
I'm sorry, but I don't quite know what you're talking about. I realize this might be hard for you right now, but could you please just tell me what exactly you're talking about?
I'm trying, but I guess what I'm trying to tell you really is that I think if you wanted to come back home now, that'd be okay with me.
Oh. Really? Did something change? I feel you just threw me out of the house. Why the sudden turn?
Well, yeah, I did do that. But then with you gone, I guess I kind of realized just how much you did around the house and how much there is to do without you. So, I guess that's why.
I think you should just really say what you're actually thinking. It'd save us both so much time. But if you're starting to see that managing a house all on your own is hard work, then yes, I completely agree with you. And so now, I'm guessing that you don't have the money to pay rent? That you've changed your mind about kicking me out?
I mean, if you word it like that, then...
You know, even if I decided to pass up on everything, that Grayson left me in the will and give it to you, I still don't think you'd have enough to be able to buy the house back for me anyways. And even if you used it to pay rent on this place, unless you found a job to help supplement that, you'd burn through your inheritance pretty quickly, I'd bet. And all of that is not even mentioning all the other expenses you'd be paying that weren't rent.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm figuring out. And on top of that, it's so hard to keep a place this big clean, and I hate having to cook for myself every day. Then I have my classes and homework to worry about. Plus I have to think of how I can afford the rent. It's just been making me feel ill both physically and mentally.
But of course it is. I figure that living on your own might be especially hard for someone like you. I hope the cooking is going well because I don't remember you helping out in the kitchen once, ever. And yet for some reason you thought you were ready to maintain a whole house by yourself?
You're right. And I guess I just never realized all the things that you actually did do for all of us when we lived together. That's why I want to really, sincerely apologize for the bratty attitude that I treated you with the other day. I promise to never throw you out of the house again. You always pretended not to see how I really felt about you, but I don't want you to do that anymore. I promise that I'll do my best to see that we get along. So please come back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I just apologized.
You hated me so much that you couldn't hold back from throwing me out of my own house, just days after your dad's funeral. And now you only want me to come back because you're getting a taste of the real world. And you're realizing that it's not so easy on your own. I mean, have you put any thought into how you're going to go on like this?
But I apologized. I thought about what I did and realized just how much trouble I caused you over the years. Please, I'm sorry. What else can I say?
And I think that you're just saying that you're sorry. But the only real reason that you want me back is because you've realized how hard it is to do things on your own. So now you want the person that used to cook and clean for you to come back and do all of that once again.
No, that's not true. I promise. I really do want to make up with you and try and be friends.
Well, that's the thing, Gabriella. I don't. I mean, come to think of it, I don't really have a single happy memory of interacting with you. I've worked so hard for so many years to try and get you to notice and appreciate me. But all you've done for the past 10 years is either ignore me or hurl abuse at me. You've only ever used my presence in this house for your own convenience. Even if you didn't realize it until just now, I really don't think I owe you the forgiveness you're looking for.
Please don't say that. Surely we can talk this out. Please, I can't do this on my own. Please, Mom, I'm begging you.
I thought you and I were nobody to each other. Why are you pretending like you're my daughter now?
How could you?
Anyways, I'll be expecting next month's rent soon. I'll send you my bank info soon. You can just make the payments through there, okay? See ya!
Wait, please, it wasn't supposed to happen this way. I apologized. I reflected on my actions. Please come back to me.
And so, after that, Gabriella kept trying to apologize. But honestly, it was clear that her main motives were centered around avoiding chores and dodging the rent. I eventually reached the point where I couldn't tolerate that attitude anymore, so I decided to take a different approach and got in touch with Grayson's older sister. She agreed to take Gabriella under her wing, aiming to instill some proper manners before college. With her experiencing raising 5 kids, 2 boys and 3 girls, who've all turned into wonderful adults, I feel she was the best person to teach Gabriella a thing or two about housekeeping, budgeting, and general etiquette. Meanwhile, I've been taking care of our now empty old house. I'm keeping it well maintained, hoping that one day, Gabriella might actually mature into a self-sufficient adult. When that moment arrives, I plan to hand the house over to her. No strings attached. That will also be the day I gracefully step out of her life. Living with Gabriella again isn't something I'd want. But as the daughter of the man I loved, I genuinely wish for her to find her own path to happiness. So, that's the update for now. I appreciate you joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, a thumbs up would be awesome. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can catch more content like this in the future. Thanks for tuning in!